Hello everyone and welcome back to the Embroidered Elephant channel. My name is Kim and today we are going to be talking about 2023. Now that it is close to the end of the year, I thought it would be interesting to go back through my goals for the year. I know a few months ago I did go through my goals and which ones I'd achieved and which ones I hadn't, but this is a little recap. I will be doing a video tomorrow about my 2024 goals, how I am planning them, why I've come up with them, how I've come up with them, why I want to achieve them, etc. So that'll be quite interesting if you enjoyed today's video even. And I always enjoy looking at other people's goals for the year because for me personally it gives me inspiration. What should I be doing? What could I be doing? Is there something more interesting out there that I'm missing? So here we go. I have explained before, unfortunately, because all of my goals are together. I've got all of my home, my relationship, my family goals, as well as my arts and crafty ones. I won't be showing you exactly what I've put down. I won't be showing you my inside my planner, again because it's quite personal, but I will be telling you about them. So first up is my sewing goals. So the first one of my goals was to go to one sewing show. So I went to a sewing show in March. It was Stitch Festival, I believe, and it was great. I did a video on it, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to go back and watch it. I will try to remember to link it below. That was really good. I spent lots of money, got lots of fabric to my already sort of pulling at the seams fabric stash, but it was great to interact with different people. As said, next year I think if I do go again, I would love to do. They have various different classes around the time, so I'd love to go and do a class with other people who have similar interests to me. But yes, I achieved that. Next was to organise fabric scraps by size. So I did start off doing this really well, sort of towards the middle of the year. I've fallen out of that, and one of the reasons is because I was keeping scraps that were super small, less than an inch by an inch, and the more, because obviously I sew quite a lot, I sew a lot of bags and you cut out the corners, I was keeping every scrap that I thought was vaguely usable, and it made me feel so overwhelmed. It made me feel as though I had to use them, and that I had to use them before I progressed on to projects that I really wanted to do. So although I still think that it's a really good idea to organise fabrics by scraps by size, I have not done that. I did it for a while. I've not kept up with it just because I've put all of my scraps in a bag, put it in a different room, and just given myself some headspace to sort of think what I want to do with them, whether I want to give them to someone else or whether to just get rid of them, because to a certain extent, if they're very small, is it worth the stress? The next one, keep a record of all sewn projects. So again, I started off really well with this. The more the year has gone by, the more months have gone by and the busier I've got, I have not kept a record of everything. I do keep on my wall here, I keep a record of everything that's currently in progress, so you can see that I've got 12, 33, no I'm usually not that bad at maths. I think it's because I feel the pressure of the eyes on me. So 54, I've got 54 bags in progress at the moment. I can see how many listings I've got on, how many tote bags I've finished, the bags online, etc, but it's not exactly what I wanted. For the first few months, again, it went fine. The more busy I got, the busier I got, the less I kept track of it, so no. Empty my project box. So yes, I did again do a video on emptying my project box. all of my sewing projects that I had in progress, I finished. I have filled it up quite a bit since then. So you will see on my video towards the beginning of December, I went through one of my drawers, which is full of all of my bags, all of the project bags that are in motion. Again, I've got 54 of them, so quite a few. At the moment I will be concentrating more on Christmas stock, obviously, because Christmas stock tends to only sell around, you know, November, December, so there's a limited time for that. Should I have started my Christmas bags earlier? Yes. Do I know that? Also yes. But yes, so yes, I completed that. Will it be empty by the end of this year? I doubt it, unless I have lots of nights of just sewing. But that would be good, wouldn't it? On the other end of that though, if I finish all of my bags off, I will have to upload them all to Etsy, and 54 listings is a lot, very time consuming. So, you know, silver lining and all. Next one, complete 200 Pasha pads. So Pasha pads are reusable period pads. They are completed by a company that I can't remember the name of. I will put it down here. It's a charity, Pasha Mama. I think it's a charity that was created by a lady in university. She started making them for people who are experiencing period poverty. I have made quite a few, but definitely not 200. I've made about 40 or 50. Since I've left work, because I sew a lot during the day, I have less time in the day to give towards making them, and therefore I am giving the fabric that I bought for the projects to my mother-in-law, who is very excited about using them because it saves her money and she makes a lot for them. So yeah, if you want to know more about that, again, I will try and put a link below. Complete 5 personal clothing projects. Yes, I have. So I've created some pyjama bottoms, 2 wrap dresses and 2 wrap skirts. A couple of other things that were on my sort of to-do list was a corduroy dress, which I have not made, jumpsuit, and a mushroom skirt. Again, I haven't made any of those. If you're wondering where the mushroom skirt got its name from, it's a round tablecloth that I've got with mushrooms around the edge. Because it's not very wide, I haven't started it yet because I'm concerned that once I cut out the hole in the middle for it to sort of be a circle skirt, that there won't be enough fabric to do what I want with it, quite simply. So I've put it in a corner and I've been thinking about it for over a year. As you do. So that is the end of my sewing goals. So 3 of the big ones, and there was 3 that I didn't, so half of them, but I'm very happy with the stuff that I did do. The next goals were for my crochet projects. So I had some amigurumi swans. I aimed to finish those. They were a pair of swans. I finished them and I entered them into a competition and I actually won it. So I definitely completed them, and quite well apparently. The next one was to be a pattern tester. So I became a pattern tester for Handmade by Joe. He had Joe's Cozy Toes, which is a little bit of a tongue twister. They were a pair of socks, so I finished one of them and obviously I gave my feedback on the pattern. Hopefully he took it into consideration and it has now been released, which is great. I also became a pattern tester for a sewing project. It was for this bag. So yes, and yes, I was a pattern tester. Next was to go to a yarn show. I went to Southern Wool Fest. Again, I've got a video on that, so I won't go too much into it. It was great. I bought less than I did the last time I went, I think. Some people might correct me, definitely my partner, I'm sure. But yes, I definitely went to a yarn show and I loved it. Next was to donate some of my yarn. So I had a big de-stash and I was a little bit ruthless, and I sorted through a lot of the yarn that I had that I didn't feel as though I would use, you know, the little bits or the acrylic that you buy when you first learn to crochet, everything like that. I went through it and I wanted to donate it. I did try a few places, so I spoke to a lady, I don't know if she had an ad online or something. I sent her a message saying, you know, I've got lots of yarn, a big bag full, and I would like it to go to, you know, help someone. She worked in an arts and crafts sort of after school club, so I spoke to her about donating it. She said that she was very interested. When I offered to meet halfway, I didn't hear anything back, so you know, obviously that didn't come into fruition. Now I know that was probably a one-off, but it did make it more difficult. Maybe some people will tell me that I should have delivered it. I think personally, because I'd invested a lot of money into the yarn and I wanted it to be appreciated, I felt as though meeting halfway, and it was only about, you know, 15 minutes each way, 10-15 minutes each way. I didn't feel as though that would be an issue, but apparently it was. So I did donate yarn, but I donated it to my little cousins who are starting to learn to crochet and knit and sew, etc. So yes, I did. Take part in a cal. So if you don't know what a cal is, it's a crochet along. It's where a group of people, crocheters or knitters, you know, come along and they work on the same pattern together. Usually it's mystery, so the pattern designer will release just a section of it each day or every couple of days, every week or so. Sometimes you get yarn sent to you, obviously for a price, exactly for that cow that has been designed specifically for it. Toft did a mystery cow this year for December. I did have a look at it and I ummed and ahed about buying it or paying for it. And in the end I decided not to, and that is because I've got so much yarn that I would prefer to take part in a cow that uses stash. Along with that, I haven't done as much crochet this year, especially in the sort of last 6 months, as I have in previous years. So I go in phases of either sewing all the time or crocheting all the time. And just at the moment I'm into sewing a lot. Next one was to complete more personal projects. So again, I've been really bad at this year. I've done more sewing than I have crochet. So I haven't made a beret, I haven't made a cardigan, and I haven't finished my 2 jumpers that are sort of in the cupboard, just there. So no, I haven't. But they are definitely still there. They are sitting there gathering dust waiting for me. Again, all of my current whips for crochet are discussed in another video. The next one was to finish a project for my sister-in-law. So this was a Toft pattern, and it was for a silky, which is a type of chicken. I can't remember her name, but it was something like Gloria, something really bizarre. You know, I thought it would be like Sylvie the silky chicken, or Sarah the silky chicken, or Stephen, or, you know, something that's similar, but no, it was completely different. But yes, I finished that for her and I gave it to her when I visited her in America. The next one was to restart YouTube, and I think you can guess, yes, I have. So when I last counted, it was before December. By the end of December, I think that I will have done around 45 videos at least this year, which seems really impressive, and is also the reason I keep on saying I've got a video about this, is because I've done quite a lot this year, which is great. All in sort of this little sewing studio. No, it's not actually. Some of them were pre-recorded in my old flat. And the last one that I will be going through is about my business goals. So one of my goals was to complete 100 things to sell. 100%, yes, I have. I've done this. As you may have seen in my craft room tour, I have got so many bags. I have completed so many of the project bags this year. as well as lots of stitch markers, which are to sell, so they're things to sell, so that counts. And also all of my yarn cozies as well. I have made so many yarn cozies, so yes, I have done 100 things to sell. Next was to design and upload 5 downloadables. I haven't done that. I did try briefly on Canva, which is what I use for a lot of my editing. It was so difficult that I just I gave up pretty quick. Not, you know, just to be honest, I gave up pretty quick. That I know that there are other programs that I can use. It's something that I need to put more time into, but I haven't done it yet. So no, I have not. The next one is to have 10 different cozy designs. Yes, I definitely have more than 10. So just to count, I've got 25 different yarn cozy designs in my shop. So yes, I've done that. Next one is to sew 50 yarn cozies. Again, I have sewn much more than that. If I have the number, I know I've written it on a scrap of paper somewhere. If I've got the number, I will pop it below. If not, you'll just have to trust me that it's more than 50. The next one is to upload all of the bags I have made onto Etsy. Yes. So this took a long time, and actually for this, I went on a weekend away. I took all of my bags with me. I had batch sewn a lot of them. I think, you know, 50, 60, more maybe. I batch sewn so many of them, and I'd finished them, and the difficult part for me was uploading them to Etsy, you know, taking pictures, writing the description, measuring them, etc, etc, just because there were so many of them. So I booked myself for a weekend away, just in a little cabin. It was more like a little shed with a bed and rubbish TV, you know, all the stuff that you wouldn't admit to ever watching. Not like that. It was you know, Jeremy Kyle kind of shows, rubbish TV. And yeah, I just got all of them done, took pictures of all of them, uploaded them, wrote the descriptions. And a little tip, if anyone has an Etsy shop, I did not know this, hence why it took me so long. You can actually duplicate listings. So if you've got a listing for a bag, or, you know, if you've made a jumper, etc., rather than retyping out everything word for word, you can make a copy of it. For me, that was mind blown. I literally only realised that very recently, in the last sort of 2 weeks. Well, but yeah, that's where all of my time was going. That's why it was taking me so long. Back to the point, yes, I've put all of my bags on Etsy. And the last one was to go to a market. So I really wanted to go to a market. I applied for one at the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, I was not accepted because I was just out of the catchment area. And other than that, other ones that I've looked at have not been within my price range. Again, next year I need to look at more, because I've got all of the stock to go to market. I love talking to people. I would be really excited, of course nervous. I'd be really excited to go to a market and interact with customers and people and get a feel for it. I just need to sign up for them, you know, find the right one for me and sign up for it. Right, so thank you very much for watching my video and for sticking with me while I went through all of my relevant goals for this year, or for 2023. And other than that, if you've got anything to add, if you've got any advice or any comments, please feel free to make them below. I will also pop my email address in as well if you want to reach out to me. Other than that, I hope you have a lovely rest of the year, and I will see you tomorrow for another video. Take care, bye.